Welcome to Connecting with Karen Nance. I am so excited today to have Juliet of Cheveux Organique joining us from Uganda. Welcome, Juliet.
Thank you, Karen. It's so nice to have me here. Thank you so much.
Thank you for joining us. This is my area. I'm so excited to hear and learn more about the hair. I need to get my hair braided. So I want you to share with us your vision for how you started Cheveux Organique, and we can get right into it.
Okay. Thank you for having me, Karen. I'm really, really
Of course.
excited to have this conversation with you and everybody else that's going to be listening or watching what we have to tell them today. So, like Karen said, my name is Juliet Tumusiime. I'm from Uganda in
Yes.
Africa, East Africa, and this our country is. It's called the Pearl of Africa, and that is not for any reason. It's because we are blessed. And one of the things that we are blessed with is the banana plant. And it is, Uganda is, I think, one of the leading producers of bananas in the world. We have different varieties. But unfortunately, most of these bananas, when they are cut down and the fruit is harvested, the rest of the stuff on that plant is waste, is put to waste. And guess what? I found some gold, I found some good use for this banana plant. So I was very, very fortunate to work with USAID. USAID is a United States agency for international development here in Uganda. And I was managing a project that was looking at banana research, and they were trying to develop banana varieties that are resistant to disease and harsh climate conditions. And that research was successful. We came up with a number of varieties that were taken into field trials and testing, and then given to farmers to use. And we realized good results. The farmers were seeing good harvests, and the reason those varieties were put out was achieved really. And then along the way there was a lot of bumper harvest happening, and farmers did not know what to do with the extra bananas that they were producing. And then we started to talk about we started to have conversations about value addition, about commercialization of the fruit at that time. That was it. So people started to venture into banana wine, banana flour, and others were making different products. There are quite a number of products, but nobody was talking about the stem. Well, I grew up looking at these stems on the field, and they're only used for mulching. So I started to talk with my colleagues and say, guys, isn't there anything else we can use these stems for? And nobody seemed to really care. What we're used to in the past was, making using the dry banana leaves for making small dolls and balls and things to play with, as children. But it had never occurred to anybody that there's a lot more that we could use this west it was west for. So I started to do some research looking into what this stem could do. So I landed on some people in Asia, most especially Philippines and India, using this stem for making fabric. And the way they were doing it looked like it could be used for hair. I was like, okay. I talked to my colleagues because I am not a scientist; they're scientists. So I talked to them and like, guys, can we try and dig more into this? They didn't seem interested. They're like, I don't know, you're crazy. What are you even talking about? It's not even possible. So I was like, guys, I am not stopping at this. I am sure there's a secret with this plant. So they abandoned me. I did not stop. I continued, looked for other people. We started to dig into this. We started to use very crude methods of extracting the fiber from the stem, and the fiber came out so nice. We used to do little twists, and they're like, "Oh, this looks beautiful." But at that point, we didn't even know that you could actually treat it and make it even softer. So I started to explore ways of how to soften this fiber. And eventually we came up with very good solutions on how to do it. And by 2018, we had a prototype, a usable product, and voila, there we are. But additionally, of course, I have sisters, I have friends, who use synthetic hair. They had for a long time complained about itching, allergic reactions, and things like that. Then I'm a mother too. I have girls. We do our hair. And it was really hard to keep synthetic hair on their heads because of the allergic reactions. It became really frustrating. And for me, this discovery was just timely. It was just what I needed to solve my frustrations with all the synthetic hair we were using. So that's the journey in a nutshell.
Wow. And I think what you're saying that a lot of people don't realize, right? We're trying to do things that hair, but at the same time, what happens to the synthetic hair when we stop using it? It's just thrown in the trash, and it's not good for the environment. So you're doing double duty, right? With keeping us looking nice as well as preserving the earth that we live in. And so that's just amazing. I'm just so excited. When I came across you on the internet, I was like, this is someone I have to interview because this is so innovative. And it's something that we need throughout the world, not just, for women.
That's right.
But yeah, so so how has the journey been since 2018? How have things come along since then?
So we have grown. I see some really good traction in one, awareness on the dangers of synthetic hair. It's amazing that until I started to dig deeper into this hair, that I wasn't even aware of the materials that this hair comes out of. It was just painful for me to read about it. I'm like, oh Lord, see what we are doing to our health, see what we are doing to our environment. And many people are not even aware. But through this product, I've been able to create awareness. It is not yet where I want it to be. It is just pockets of people who know about it, who understand why we need to have alternatives, who understand that we need to protect our environment for the next generations to come, because the way people are very irresponsible about how they dispose. I mean, anything plastic, including hair, is really scary. I was reading a report recently that indicated that as humans, we ingest about 1,000 particles of microplastics. And when people are talking about microplastics, nobody's talking about the beauty industry. Nobody's talking about the contribution hair is making to that number. So these microplastics end up in our one of the areas that shocked me was in babies' placentas, in people's blood samples. And I'm like, Jesus, this is very scary. So this is why we're having a lot of cancer issues. And sometimes you don't even know. You live a very responsible life. You eat healthy. You're doing vegetables and everything. And then something just crops up on you. And you don't even realize that it might be something that you ingested out of water, out of food, because this hair ends up in our food systems, in our waterways, in our water bodies, and the damage is really bad, and nobody is making noise about it. Nobody is talking about it. But I think with this product, I think we are able now to speak about these issues with authority, because now we have a product to show. We have evidence to show that, there is an alternative which is good for your health, but also good for the environment. And this is going to help us manage a lot of waste. Unfortunately, in Uganda, we do not have proper statistics that speak to the amount of waste that comes from the hair. But in the US alone, I was reading some reports, about 30 million kilos of hair, is produced. That is just waste, okay? That's a lot of hair. That's a
Yes.
lot of hair right there. So I can't imagine how much on the globe, you know, we actually accumulate, you know, over years, or accumulated over the years. And where does it end up? It takes, I don't know, hundreds of years for this hair
Right.
to decompose, if it does anyway. So it's a huge challenge. It's a huge problem that we are happy and excited to try and resolve with our product. I know we have a lot of people out there that want this product, they need it. We have tried to create efficiencies, but of course, it's a very expensive venture because we do not have the kind of machinery that we need to do what we need to do. So we are not abandoning our idea because of our challenges. We are still sticking to it, even with the little technology that we have. But of course, we have thought about what to do, what needs to be done, and what efficiencies need to be created. People love the product; they're excited about it. Of course, the cost sometimes is an impediment. People may not really be able to afford it, especially back home here. And when we create those efficiencies, eventually we'll be able to have at least every Ugandan, every person on the globe access this very, very useful product. It is not good for us to have this product and not be able to have it with the people utilizing it. So we pray that even as we think through our growth, as we think through our expansion, that we're thinking about our customer, we are thinking about the people who need to have this product because of its benefits. I haven't talked about, I've kind of alluded to them, but this product is biodegradable. It is eco-friendly. It is non-itchy. It is hypoallergenic. It does not produce odor. I can go on and on.
Yeah.
It is the best alternative, really. I cannot think of anything else right now. Well, there might be others, but I at least this is tried and tested. Yeah.
Right. Well, why don't we take this time to watch the video that you have for us? And I know that our guests and our audience, I should say, would love to hear some more about and actually see you in action. So let's talk after our video. So we'll come right back, everybody. Stay tuned.
The old me, yeah.
The synthetic hair, it's actually made out of plastic. Most women do not know, most people do not know where their hair that they take out of their head actually ends up. It's in our soils, it's in our water, it's everywhere. So for me, it became a concern. Using these organic stems gives us a product that is biodegradable. When you expose it to conditions that allow it to rot, it will rot. Plastic does not. It does not disintegrate.
Not biodegradable, and because of the nature of its size, you know, the tiny strands, it is easier for synthetic hair to break down into microplastics, and microplastics have their challenges. They get into our water bodies easily, they can get into the soil, they can get into our food chains. So the challenge is real, and we are cognizant of that.
Right now, a kilo might cost you about $1,000, okay? And I don't say that with a lot of pride, because I know I have a solution that people may not be able to afford. Our game plan is to highly mechanize, okay? so that we can reduce on some of these costs, so that we can be able to have a product that is affordable by every single Ugandan in this country, but also take care of other markets in the region, in Africa, and maybe internationally.
Wow, that was so informative. Thank you so much, Juliet. I learned a lot watching that video. And what it made me think of is, as Black women throughout the world, we've always have focused on our beauty, and there are things that have been forced on us, or we felt that we had to, for example, perm our hair at one point, and we realized that those chemicals were harming us. And then we transitioned, right? A lot of us are saying, okay, we can do natural hair, wear our hair naturally, but we want extensions. And then not realizing that there's this harm that you pointed out to us in using this synthetic hair, and also we're using this human hair from different parts of the world, but we can use the waste from the bananas and the wealth of Africa, especially Uganda, as you pointed out, with the number of bananas that are grown there. And I think that is something that we never knew about. And so you're exposing this to us. And so people need to understand that what we put in our body and on our hair, and it has an effect on us. And so we're thinking, wow, we're doing such a great job of using our natural hair, wearing it without putting chemicals, but we're actually are putting chemicals in our hair and on our body by using synthetic hair, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
So I think that this is new to me, and I want to make sure that people are aware that there is an alternative, and that we need to look closely at these products that we're buying to look beautiful. We can still look beautiful and save the environment, and also do things that are healthy for ourselves and for our children. So that's something that I really want to focus on. And you do ship your product, right? I mean, it's not just available in Uganda. You ship outside of not only Uganda, but outside of Africa as well. Can you tell us more about that?
Yeah. So I'm really happy that people are embracing or starting to see the benefits of using this hair. Of course, there's still more awareness that needs to be done. So we've been fortunate to sell some of our hair to Europe, to the US, to the UK, even here in Africa, in Nigeria, Ghana, Congo, even just in our neighborhood here in Kigali and Kenya and Tanzania. So recently we got a call from somebody from Belize. I was like, Belize? Honestly, I didn't know there was a country called Belize. I'm sorry, but yeah. Yeah. So it was interesting to know that this message has gone across borders. It has gone across oceans and traveled miles, and I'm hoping that it can even travel even further, so that people can start to make very informed decisions. People can start to make very healthy decisions that are good for them, for their health. If you look at the rate at which alopecia is really affecting people, I mean, it's growing every day, and the understanding is really limited on why this is happening. Some people will say you're nutrient deficient, you're this, but sometimes it is really the toxic hair that we keep putting on our heads that just keeps killing the ability of the scalp to even produce hair. So it's really exciting for us to know that there are people out there who want the product, who continue to reach out to us, and we are really committed to make sure that we meet our customer demands, even amidst the small little challenges we're dealing with currently. Yeah.
That's exciting. So if I want to purchase, which I will, so tell me, do you have different colors available, different lengths available, and how to go about buying it? How do I get it here to the United States?
Okay, so we do ship globally, and you can make your order. Right now, unfortunately, our website is down for maintenance. I know people can go there and see things, but we are still putting things right. You may not be able to shop online. We're still fixing that. So through our email and through our socials and our WhatsApp number, you can make your order, and then we can have it shipped to you. And then we have different colors right now. We're doing the people's favorites, the blonde, which is the natural color of the fiber. That is the color of the fiber. And then we have a black and brown. So we are exploring other colors that will be coming out soon. So that will be our focus this year, to kind of give the customers the colors of their preference. So that should be happening not so long from now. Yeah.
So
on the length.
Mm-hmm.
So the length is really up to about 30 inches long. Okay. So we kind of try to keep it that long because we want to give people alternatives. Some people want to braid their hair, long. Some people want to cut it into half. So it gives you, options to work with. So you can decide to keep it short or keep it as long as it is. So the fiber is really long when the process does not produce a lot of waste. It will give you a long piece of hair. So we prefer to keep it that way, but I think with time, some customers prefer to have a particular length. Some will tell you, I want 8-inch, others I want 10, I want 12, but we do that to give people an option to cut it to whatever length they want. But the customization of length is also one of the things that is going to happen based on the feedback that we are getting from our customers. Yeah.
So a question that I have that I'm sure our listeners and viewers would like to know the answer to is, with the different colors, how are they dyed? How's it dyed? And I'm sure that the chemicals, or are there chemicals involved in dyeing it, and are they harmful in any way to dyeing the hair?
No. No, we try as much as possible not to use chemicals, because if we are singing about environmental protection, we cannot be the same people killing it. So we use organic dyes, and some of the dyes that we have tried to experiment on come from the banana flower. I know that you have seen the banana flower, the purple banana flower. So we're experimenting on those. Otherwise, we purchase organic dyes off Amazon or any online store, and that is what that is what we use to dye. They're quite pricey, and I think you can now understand why the cost of the hair is really high. So when we are done figuring out what colors can come out of that flower of the banana, then we'll be able to reduce on our costs. There's still a lot of research that's going into this, and I'm hoping that we can close in on some of those issues and be able to have things moving. Of course, what I didn't mention earlier is that the hair can only be used for braiding right now. We are looking into having a diversified product range where people can have their wig, people can have their curly hair, people can have whatever preference that they have. Because if I wear braids, it doesn't mean everybody else wants the braid. Somebody else wants something else. So we want to make sure that we customize the product to the customer preferences. Yeah, that of course is going to require a lot of investment, research, and everything that goes with that. Yeah.
So what would be the cost, for example, if I just wanted some hair for braiding? For example, my hair, if I just wanted, how much hair would be necessary? And what would be the cost to ship it to the United States?
So for you to complete your head with normal braids, you'd need about 2 to 3 packs. 3, I said 3 because sometimes, it depends on the size of the braids you want. So 3 is to keep it as a buffer, so that if there's anything missing, at least you have something to use, that you don't now start to put in, to mix it with other things. So you're safer to have 3 packs, and that is about $150, and it will cost you about the same amount of money to ship. So the way the shipping is done, so maybe before I talk about the shipping, our preferred shipper is DHL.
Okay.
Because DHL goes worldwide. But secondly, DHL is very reliable, and you'll get your products in very few days, 3 to 5 days. You have your hair getting to you. So anything that is below 1 kilogram will cost us about $50 to $60. So that's why I said if you buy 150 grams, or you buy 300 grams or 450 grams, it's going to cost you the same amount of money to ship, because it's all less than a kilogram. Yeah.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And so with the delivery would probably be within a week or so, would you say?
Yes. I can guarantee that. If I tell you I have delivered your item to DHL, you'll get it within 3 to 5 days.
Awesome.
Yeah.
I'm excited. I know others are excited as well, and we have to have you back. I think that it's something that we all should invest in, and there's good for yourself, good for your environment, your children, everyone, and you're so creative. I just commend you. I know that you've been nominated and also received, I think, the top 15 for creative works. Can you tell us something about that? I believe a Swedish management award that you received. Yeah, tell us about that.
So I've been nominated for quite a number of things. So I just completed a diploma with the Swedish Institute, where I was selected out of, I think, over 4,000 applications across Africa. So it was 15 of us that went through that program. It was very insightful. We visited Sweden and saw how they do their sustainability, and it was quite a journey for me to learn and understand, even adopt other strategies that can help me improve, my business, and even how I relate with my customers, and grow the business to the levels that I want it to. So for me, that was a huge win for me as an individual, but also for us as a company. And then I was also nominated for an award with the Value for Her program under AGRA. AGRA is a multi-donor funded program that is run out of Nairobi, but it is really Africa focused. The last conference was in Dar es Salaam, Tanzania. So we were, again, 15 of us. I don't know what's with the number 15. My birthday is on the 15th.
Oh.
Yeah, it was So that too was really, for me to compete with other, ladies from across the continent, and that exposure, to the different people in the different networks, the different players in the agricultural agribusiness sector, but also a wide range of young innovators, women innovators, was quite a good experience for me. And then recently I also won an award here back home for the best innovative business for the year 2023, and that crowned my year. Really, it was so exciting. It was so exciting. Yeah. And a few others meetings that I've been called to attend under Africa Development Foundation. What else? Well, there've been so many, I kind of lose track of them. But yeah, it's really energizing to be recognized and to be appreciated for the work that you're doing. And for me, it just keeps me going. It makes me know that people are watching, people are listening, people are appreciating. So yeah.
So how best can someone support your business as an individual? I know we can buy the product, but if someone's watching, or we can pass information on to a business, how would be the best way to support you in your growth, in your business growth?
Well, we As a business, of course, like I said, we are still growing, and we have written a few grants here and there. We've been able to get some money, at least by the end of last year, we had unlocked about $60,000. But of course, that's yes, it has done something for us, or it's going to do something for us, but it's still not sufficient enough to take us to the scale that we want to go to. So we are open to angel investors. We are open to venture capitalists who want to invest in the business. And of course, those are discussions we must have to see if we are able to meet their expectations, but also meet our business objectives. Of course, those are conversations to have. But yeah, we are looking for support here and there, because we believe in our vision, we believe in what we are offering, we believe in what the product can do, and I know there are people out there that wouldn't mind pushing this, because it is for the good of everyone. I keep hearing conversations happening at all these COP meetings, and people are making commitments, and people are saying they're doing this, and all they talk about is, oh, let's plant trees or plastic bottles, and honestly, nobody's talking about the hair industry. It really, it's, yeah. I keep saying I will make the noise. I will make the noise until somebody hears me. Yes.
Well, we hear you
about the rest of the things, and then we are not focusing on this. I think for me, it's high time people started to see the valuable things that people are doing. For me, it is the action. Okay.
Right.
We have a product. We have something to offer. We are not planting trees. We are not doing all the other things that people are used to. This is different. This is a real solution. So I think people should start to embrace it. And these are conversations that should start to happen even at the COP level. In fact, I was surprised nobody invited me to COP. I'm like, how?
Right.
I am an African. Bananas are in Africa. And honestly, when you look at the people who are in the export or import business in the hair industry, most of them are men. Most of them are not African. Not that I'm trying to be discriminative, but I think as an African product, the Africans need to make noise. We need to push this. Okay, this is our thing. We have an African grown product, an African with using locally sourced material. We do not have to look around. These things are around us. So why can't we take back what belongs to us? We need to take it back and be in charge of what we need to do right.
Absolutely. So how can people get in touch with you, Juliet? And I'm going to have you back because we're going to have some new products that you're talking about, and we're going to support you to get you to where you need to go. So tell us how to get in touch with you again. And I want to have some parting words because you've shared so much with us. So how to get in touch with you, and what you want to share with us as we end today.
Yeah, so if you want to reach out to me, you can go through our socials. We have an Instagram page, Cheveux Organique. We have a Facebook page, Cheveux Organique. We have a page on X, formerly Twitter, Cheveux Limited. And we have a LinkedIn page as well, Cheveux Organique. So you can reach us. You can directly DM us on those platforms, but you can also send us an email at info@cheveuxorganique.com. You can also send us a WhatsApp message on that number that you see running on the screen. Happy to hear from you, and we're here ready to serve you. Yeah.
Thank you so much, and I can't wait to have you back, Juliet. Thank you again.
Thank you too, Karen. It was nice chatting with you.
Take care. Look it up, everybody.